All right, today we're taking a look at the Milwaukee M12 fuel 12 volt oscillating multi-tool. The model number here is 2526-20. Um, you know, what else can you say? It's a multi-tool. If you have one of these, I think you pretty much understand that this tool is capable, or kind of, let's say, cross capable of a number of different things. I don't want to say that it's a replacement for things like a circular saw or a hand saw or a hacksaw or anything like that, but it definitely can supplement those things, especially when you need to get after some things that are a little bit more difficult to get to them. One of the first things that comes to mind from a multi-tool standpoint is, cutting through baseboards and things like that to, either install flooring or, uninstall carpet, something like that. This tool is amazing at that. You can even use it for sanding and things of that nature too. So multi-tools are just that. They're super dynamic in a multitude of facets. Um, so a couple of specs and features specific to this particular multi-tool. It does deliver somewhere between 10,000 and 20,000 oscillations per minute. You can adjust that through the adjustment dial here on the side. Um, it has an oscillation angle of about 3.9 degrees, which means that it is ideal for those flush cuts. So like I said, if you're installing some type of new flooring and you need to kind of cut beneath or behind the baseboard and underneath the baseboard in order to get the flooring snug in there, this is going to be your ideal tool to get that done. It does offer a tool-free blade change, so this, I would say, is probably one of the more it's not necessarily easier than other ones on the market, but I think it's a little bit more, it's just more effective. You just unhook or undo the lever on the top here, and then there's a small screw underneath the bottom. I think I screwed it in a little tight last time. There you go. Sometimes you just have to give it a little extra force, but you just open this up just enough to be able to sneak you a blade in there, and then you just simply tighten it back until it's snug. Close your lever, and now you're ready for work. It does, like I said before, it does offer a variable speed lever or dial here. It does have 12 different settings, so you can start at a 2 and then work your way on up all the way to a 12 for much more aggressive cut. In reference to how aggressive the cuts are, I have to say that it is far less aggressive than, let's say, a 20 volt or an 18 volt counterpart. I like that for the I guess the variable approach to things. Like if I need to do something a little bit more demanding, then I'll pull out the DeWalt. If I'm doing something a little bit cleaner, specifically inside, and also if I'm doing something for a little bit longer of a duration, I'm probably going to reach for this guy just because it does boast significantly less vibration than the bigger ones. So that's certainly an invited feature of this tool. Some things to consider about this multi-tool. It does show impressive characteristics as far as cutting as well as sanding. And you can adjust the speeds. Some of the other models don't have quite the level of adjustment that this one does. Most of the time you can just kind of deal with the trigger on those. That is one thing I would say that is a little bit, leaves a little bit to be desired. It just has the on-off switch. I wish that it did have a trigger so that you could kind of control that speed just a little bit more if and when you needed to. In closing, I'll say that, from a standpoint of versatility and convenience, the balance and power that this model offers is basically second to none. So if you are needing to complement your toolkit with a multi-tool, I would definitely take a look at this one specifically, especially if you are already on the M12 platform. It just adds a versatile workpiece to your workstation. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.